Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video about the 2024 recap of beauty and my favorite beauty products from this year and also my not so favorite beauty products of this year being 2024. Jumping straight into it, I'm starting with the Anastasia Beauty Balm Foundation Stick. This is an absolute hit of 2024. I believe it came out in like June, July-ish, but this is beautiful. This is also far too dark for me. I mainly actually use it as like bronzing drops, but I find that this is so beautiful on the skin. It goes on quite smooth and blends out amazingly. I love this for those days of like no makeup. I wear it a lot to the gym and everything like that, and I find that I can sweat and it doesn't move, which is really important to me because I feel like a lot of tinted moisturizers and stuff like that, they slip inside on the face with sweat or anything like that, but I find this one stays put and gives me enough coverage that I can cover my acne scars, I can cover my freckles, and I'm just happy with it. So this is an absolute hit of 2024 and I definitely will be repurchasing this in my correct shade. I eyeballed it online when it first came out, so I couldn't get like my exact match. But yeah, this is, I believe, shade 11. Yeah, it's shade 11, and I believe I'm probably about a shade 9 or 10. So yeah, it's a little bit too deep for me, but it is an amazing formula. The next product on the chopping block is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. I do think this is a hit of 2024, but it is not my top hits, I believe, just because it is a beautiful palette and the shimmers are really fine, which is what I love, and it is beautiful shades that I will use a lot. Like, these are shades that I use a lot. You can see they're well loved. It's a bit of a mess because I use it every day. However, this shade and this shade, bit similar. Same with these two. I think this cool tone is one of my favorites. I've nearly hit pan on it. It's one of my absolute favorite shades in the palette. So I think I would prefer if there was another more cool tone to blend with that kind of more evenly, or another kind of rosy dusty pink like that, just because they look beautiful. So I think there's one too many browns in the palette. That is my only quarrel with it. Otherwise, I do really love the formula. I love the shimmers. This one here is my favorite. You can see it's starting to hit pan. And I really love this palette, I think, as well, because it's nearly like a creamy powder. It's beautiful. The only thing is, I think there's one too many browns in the palette, but apart from that, stunning palette. So I think it's a hit of 2024, but not on like my top love of love 2024 launches. Next up, the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Instant Glow Moisturizer. This is top 3 immediately. This is an amazing product, especially as makeup prep. It is advertised actually even on the jar that it is a great illuminating makeup prep. However, I do see it like used a lot as just regular moisturizer. This though underneath makeup is by far my most favorite primer. It makes my skin look amazing. As you can see, I need a restock soon. This is probably my 3rd jar. I really love this product. I believe it came out in like early year, May, April. But I think this is an amazing product. And I find whenever I use it on clients as well, they're immediately like, what is that? I need to buy it. I really love this product and I am so impressed with this. I am always impressed with Ole Henriksen products. I think they have some amazing formulas, but this, top 3 for sure. I haven't decided on my top 3, but this is up there. It might take the number 1 place. Keep watching. Next up, the Rare Beauty Tinted Pressed Powder Veil. I really love this product. I think I'm honestly going to say top 5, maybe top 3. I really like it because I find that it blurs my skin beautifully without emphasizing any texture on my skin or feeling too heavy. I really do love the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. I've hit pan on that. I have gone through a few of those, but I believe this will be taking the place of Charlotte because I have finished that one. I've really hit pan. So this will be replacing her, I believe. I think it's just a beautiful formula and it gives a little bit more coverage than what my Charlotte gives in terms of a pressed powder. And I think that I prefer a little bit more blurring finish to my skin. So like, I'll show you how it looks on the skin. Okay, so I've got my powder puff here and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the product, but I will let you know it is 9 p.m. at night and I did do this makeup at 6 a.m. this morning. I started work at 8 a.m. So I did this face at 6 a.m. I also went to the gym this arvo. Yeah, one size set and spray. I'm telling you, it sets it. But Anyway, I do have a little bit of shine on my face. I've been out to dinner, everything like that. You can see the shine here, but just watch that. Immediate blurring. Immediate blurring, and just adding that like filter-like look to my skin with a little bit of coverage. I like having a little bit of coverage in a pressed powder because then I can also help shape my face with it. I can use it. I don't like to bake underneath my cheeks. I think it looks too stark and harsh on me. So I prefer to use a pressed powder and press underneath my contour and blusher and get more of a natural baking line going than a full loose powder, you know? So yeah, absolute hit of 2024. As you can see, this is my Charlotte Tilbury powder. She is well loved, but I think because I don't get that much coverage with it, it just does like, you know, it blurs, but not heaps of like added coverage or like a tinted veil over my skin. I will now be going towards Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty one, I think I just love the finish of it. It just adds that little bit of coverage, adds that blurring effect to my skin, and just makes everything just seamless. But yeah, you can tell she's well loved. I still love this product, but I think from now on, once I have emptied this out, I'm going to stick with the Rare Beauty. e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Miss, yeah. No, this sucks, in my opinion. I gave it a fair go. You can see she is nearly empty, but I did not like it on my skin. Every time I use it, I would get a breakout of some sort the next day, especially in any areas where I'm a little bit on the oilier side. I do have a combination skin type, so if I use this primer, I would usually get a breakout here or here or here, where I'm a little bit oilier, and I just don't love that. I also found with it, depending on what foundation I use, it did peel a little bit, not a significant amount, but it wasn't as smooth or as gripping as I would like it. I do have the original Milk Hydro Grip, which this is a dupe of, and that's not my absolute everyday favorite primer. The Ole Henriksen Instant Bright Moisturizer is, but I do like that for making my makeup last longer throughout the day. I actually have switched over, where is it? Bear with me. To the new Milk one, the Surreal one with the glow. I really like this. I usually am not a glowy person. As you can see, I'm quite matte apart from where I do have some highlight happening. But I find this is quite good. I like the tack to it. I also like how it does give a more blurring effect to my skin than the original did because of the glow in it, and better than what the e.l.f. did. So for me, this was very viral, very popular, but in my opinion, a bit of a miss for 2024. I think there's better primers on the market available, especially even at a more affordable price point. I would say even if you like a thinner, more tacky primer, Sephora Collection Smooth Care Primer. That is so good. And in Australia, I think it retails for about $25, about that, you know? And that is a beautiful primer. I would consider that a dupe of the Milk Hydro Grip. So like, yeah. The Haus Labs foundation. This wasn't released in 2024. It was released, I believe, in either 2022 or 2023. However, being in Australia, it is quite difficult to get your hands on. So having my hands on it, I do want to talk about it because it is a very viral product. I do like this, and I feel like it looks amazing in winter because I feel like it's deeply hydrating. It looks like skin. It's beautiful. However, coming into the Australian summer and the heat and being at work long hours, sweating, anything like that, it does move around a bit with sweat and moisture, or if you have an oily skin type. I think during the winter months, I was using it when it was quite colder and it looked great. Woo! It looked beautiful, especially no sweat, minimal oil. However, coming into summer, it's not withstanding the test of Australian summer heat. I do think it's a beautiful foundation, but having an oily skin type, in especially my T-zone, having that combo skin type, I think that this beautiful foundation is not my pick for summer. In winter though, it's nearly empty because I did love it in winter. I used it nearly every day. But yeah, coming into summer, maybe a little bit of a miss. But it's real in between because I do really like it, but then I don't like how it looks in summer. So, or like any heat situation. So it's kind of hard. I think you have a dry skin type, you'll love it, more on the oily or combo side, or dealing with a lot of heat or humidity or sweating, maybe not the best foundation for you, but still a great product overall, I think it's viral for a reason, you know? Yay! If that makes sense. Tarte Shoe Bean Mascara in XL. Woo! This is the best mascara release of 2024. This is a beautiful mascara. It is my favorite. I'm a lash girl. You guys know this. I'm a false lash girl. I do my own lashes. I used to get lash extensions all the time. I'm a lash girl. But if I don't want to use lashes, I'll use this mascara. And I usually am not a mascara person because I feel like when I smile, I have quite large cheeks and they actually touch my natural eyelashes at the corners here. So it does smudge throughout the day. However, this never smudges on me. And I just love how buildable it is. It looks natural. It looks great. Whenever I'm talking to somebody and I'm wearing this, I feel like I'm always asked, what mascara are you wearing? It looks great. The Tarte Shoe Bean XL. Tarte, you outdid yourself on this because I have the original too. I barely have touched the original since this one came out. This is my favorite. I love putting clients onto this one as well. I feel like I've never had anybody be like, I don't like it. Even when people try it on, etc., I always find that people are like, this is great. I also really love the brush. Picky about brushes just because I find I have hooded eyes. If it's too big of a brush, it's going to hit my eyebrow. It's going to mess up my eyeshadow. It's going to just be an all over mess. But this brush, look at that. Yeah. Really, really thin brush. Tiny, tiny bristles. Tiny bristles to stop any clumping. I just really love this product. I've had mine for quite a few months as well now and it hasn't run out. And I only wear false lashes about once or twice a week. Like I put them on usually on a Thursday night and I take them off on a Saturday night. I leave them on for like a day or two. So I'm using mascara a lot throughout the week and I find that this is my absolute go-to since it came out. And I'm trying to remember what month it came out in. I believe it was quite early in the year, about like May. So I've been a fan of this since May or whenever it came out. And I really do think this is a great product. The reformulation of the Ultraviolet Supreme Screen Sunscreen. Bit of a mouthful. Anyway, this is a beautiful reformulation. I'm actually going to say this is my second favorite product of this year. This is beautiful. I use this every day. It's SPF 50 plus and Ultraviolet actually tests their products to SPF 65 plus before they advertise them as 50 plus. So I love knowing that I have just like that extra knowledge that I have really great protection on my skin. I think as well, being a serum, it sits beautifully under makeup. I'm actually wearing it today. Wow. Today. It's beautiful. I really love Ultraviolet products anyway. I use their body sunscreen. I've been using their products for over a year now, but I really do like this formulation. The way it is a serum as well, it goes beautifully on the skin and it has a beautiful natural glow to it as well. No mica in it, no glitters, just a beautiful like natural sheen to the skin. So I use it every day because it sits well underneath my makeup. Even though I do have more of a combo skin type, I find I still tend to reach for it. I don't find it makes my skin oily or anything. I just prefer to have that little bit of hydration in my skincare, especially my sunscreen, because I feel like sunscreens can be a little bit drying. So I really love this one and it's got a natural rosehip oil in it. So it smells amazing. It smells like roses. I really like the smell. It's not that like SPF strong chemical smell. So I love that about it. It's like not overpowering or like irritable. Because I feel like I'm allergic to every sunscreen. Or not allergic, but I feel like if I'm using it every day, I get a lot of irritation on my skin. So Ultraviolet has done it again. And the new reformulation is going to be something I will repurchase forever because I do use a lot of it. I use it every day. I bring it down to my neck and chest just to make sure I'm getting the best out of my sun protection. And it stops UVB light and UVA light. So I think that's really important too. So this is number 2 of my top picks of 2024. Stunning product. The Rare Beauty Powder Blushes. Okay, number 4. Number 4 on the list of 2024 top picks. This is a beautiful product. I'm wearing it right now. This is shade Happy. I applied this last at 6:30 in the morning. And it's still there. Still pigmented. Still glowing. Yeah. I also find because it is a oven baked formula, it is quite soft. So I find, oh, look at that. I find as well that it doesn't emphasize my pores or my texture on my skin. It just gives that beautiful veil of coverage, that beautiful kind of, it's called soft pinch. And honestly, it gives a soft pinch. It's like, it looks like I got a little pinch and then now I'm naturally blush. So yeah, I love this product. I just hope that she releases more shades. She has some beautiful shades at the moment. I own Cheer, Happy and Joy. But I find that I would love a lilac or like a lavender. She has Hope, which is more of a beige, and then there's Truth, which is a beautiful kind of deep purple. But I think if she came out with a lilac or like a lavender, I'd buy that. These are very, very popular though. Like these are viral. So I think that if she released more shades, that would be amazing. So that's a 2025 wish, but these are beautiful and absolute hits of this year. Selena did it again. Milk Jelly Blushes. These are a flop or an absolute hit, depending on who you are and what kind of makeup you wear. For me, I'm both. Okay, I am full glam. I also am no makeup. So it is a real, I love them and then I hate them. I love them for those no makeup looks and just more natural makeup. They look beautiful. They leave the stain, so they're long lasting and they look really soft on the skin. And if I'm wearing just like a tinted moisturizer or like, for example, the Anastasia Beauty Balm, it doesn't disrupt it either. It goes on beautifully. You can pop it on your lips as well. Gives that beautiful stain. But if you're wearing heavier makeup or especially a liquid foundation, I find that they disrupt the makeup I have underneath. So I find that it doesn't apply super smoothly, especially on a heavier face. I feel like they just kind of like move around the foundation I have and not leave a beautiful finish. I feel like they only look good on myself if it is no makeup or minimal makeup or no makeup and just a tint. But on a full face like what I'm wearing today, I think they would disrupt the makeup underneath. I have found that happen before, so I really don't use them if I'm doing a heavier face. But if I'm going to the gym, if I'm just going out for like, you know, not going to work, not going out, just hanging out with friends, stuff like that, I love these, especially taking them with me and using them as a tint. Shade Spritz is my favorite. It's this one here, and I find it's a beautiful kind of natural flushed coral peach. I love it. I also have Burst. This is the most like popular viral shade, I would say. And I bought this the day it came out. And I found that I love the pink. Only when I feel like I only like it on my cheeks. I don't use it that much on my lips. But I can use this one everywhere confidently, knowing I'm going to like the finish with that no makeup. You know? The Hourglass Holiday Palettes. I can't decide. I really can't decide if they're a hit or a miss. Because I find that it emphasizes my texture. And I know that they're not a complete, like a matte or anything like that. They're more of a satin finish, but I find that they emphasize my texture. And I have other products that are satin finish that don't emphasize my texture, especially the bronzers. I reach for these every day though. I still use these palettes every day. I just mainly use the highlights and the blush. I don't tend to reach for the bronzer anymore just because it makes my skin just emphasize my texture. It makes me look a little bit like muddy, you know, not snatched. In the Lotus palette though, which is for more of a deeper skin tone, these were like, I went on the morning of, like this is all I could get my hands on, but I actually use the setting powder as my bronzer. Because it's more of a matte finish. Even though, like, I do love to be matte, but I also love to be glowy. I just don't want to have emphasized texture. But I do love the shades. They're stunning. This blusher in the middle here is one of my favorites. It goes on beautifully. So I do really like these, but at the same time, I think that there are some parts of the palette that make me look a bit weird. And don't make me look great. And they emphasize my skin texture as well as I feel like they don't set or last as long as other products I have. So there's something I'm going to use up for sure and something I'm going to continue using, but I'm not sure if it's something that will be forever. You know, it's not, I don't think it's a top of 2024. I think it's just a launch of 2024, but it's not necessarily a flop either. It's just a launch. Now for my most top rated product of 2024, my most favorite launch of 2024, a product I use nearly every single day, a product that I, since the day it came out, have been obsessed with and have repurchased twice already. Fenty Soft Lip Foundation. This is amazing. I'm wearing it right now. This is my most favorite foundation of all time now. I have it in shade 260 and 120 or 150. That's when I don't have a spray tan on. But this is the most beautiful foundation. I'm wearing it right now, like up and close and personal. And I love it. It's beautiful. It goes on the skin beautiful. It's sweat and humidity resistant. It has a nice luminous finish and I can get the coverage I want. I am very, very freckly. You guys can't tell. But I'm quite freckly, so I don't really love my freckles, to be honest. I do and I don't. It's a love-hate relationship. So the fact that I can achieve a beautiful coverage while it's still looking fairly natural, as well as covering what I need to cover, but giving it a luminous finish that is Australian summer proof. Yeah, it's amazing. This is like, if I could recommend a product, it would be the Fenty Soft Lip. I'm honestly not that big of a fan of the True Matte, like the original Pro Filter. It's a little bit dry on my skin, even though I have a combo oily skin type. But this, beautiful. And I find that this works on so many different people. Oily skin, dry skin, combo skin. It's something that a lot of people look for. And I find even though it has a luminous finish, a lot of people still love it, even if they're like a matte girly. Like, I find that it just gives the absolute beautiful base and a beautiful complexion that is so easy to work with. I find as well, it is a formula that can work with other formulas without being disrupted or creating any issues. So on days where I'm like, no, makeup, I'll do half a pump of this and pump a sunscreen, pump a moisturizer. You've got a tinted moisturizer. Boom. Like, it's truly a great foundation. It's also 32 mils for $64 in Australia from Sephora. So that is a lot of product. This is actually, I've had this bottle, I wear this foundation every day and I use about 3 to 4 pumps. I have had this since June. It's currently January 2025. So yeah, I love this. Same bottle. I've also got a backup just in case I ever run out of this, like on a whim. But yeah, I've been through, this is my second bottle and I really do love this product. So this is my absolute top rated product of 2024 by far, Fenty Soft Lip Foundation. Rihanna, you did it again. Like, it's amazing. Mwah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for going through my little recap with me. I'm actually going to do also a skincare recap. I know I included already a few skincare products in this video. However, there were so many skincare launches this year and I'd love to go into more of an in-depth video about the skincare and about how it works on my skin type and how I found it's worked for others, etc. So I'm going to do a skincare one too, maybe even a fragrance. I feel like there were so many fragrance launches this year, so I want to talk about them too. But thank you so much and I will see you in the next video. Bye, angels. Mwah.